Welcome to Starfleet Universe On Call. I'm Paul France, owner of Friends Games. I'm an SFU Online, Come Online, and Starfleet Warlord. Just a reminder how to join us. If you want to, you can watch me live streaming every Thursday night starting at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's a change because I will only be doing the news now, and that's going to be streamed at 8:30 instead of the normal 9:30. If you want to join me, you can go to the Starfleet Universe Online Discord server. Just join the SFU On Call stream voice channel. If you want to find the invite to that Discord server, just go to the sfuoncall.com website, and if you have an issue with the invite, please feel free to email me at sfuoncall@gmail.com. Also, if you want to watch me on Twitch, just go to twitch.tv/sfuoncall. You can join the chat there and watch my live stream of my wonderful and beautiful face. And if you contact me for any reason, my email address is sfuoncall@gmail.com. That's sfuoncall@gmail.com. Also, you can follow me on the Twitter's IX. A podcast account is SFU On Call, and my personal account is also Paul Franz, the PAULFRANZ. There's no T in that. And also my business account with the Friends Games, FRANZGAMES, and there's no T in that. There's, of course, my Blue Sky account, which is sfuoncall.bsky.social, and also friendsgames.com. And, of course, a lovely Talkcast. Get to the podcast available on iTunes and various other feeds around the net. Just some quick news from A to B. When it comes to Starfleet models, we're starting to work on producing the hydrants at the moment. That's starting of chapter 3. Actually, I forgot, it was phase 3, I think that's what it's called. Maybe. I forget. So David's working hard to get that all working. It's from the sounds of it, it sounds like it's difficult to get things positioned properly and get the proper standing, because, with 3D printing, you can't just do a 3D printed item. There's certain things you have to take in consideration. And that, of course, the PHP form BBS is locked down and basically wiped from the earth. It's still up, don't ask me why. And this week on Found an Online Store, we have Omega 1 number 1 counter sheet number 2. And that's going for $4. It's 216 calories from the module Omega 1. This is the other half that I mentioned last week. This half of the counters of the product covers the Chlorophon, the L'Oreal, the Sigvarian, the Trobrin, the Drex, and the Vari. So if you need some extra counters for Omega 1, it only costs you $4 for the latter half, especially if you need more of those following empires. Wow, it should have been empires, not races. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. Moving on forward, when it comes to SFU Online tournaments, of course, Sapphire Star Tournament, we're still stuck at 13 signups. I'm going to send out an email just to remind people to make sure that they're still alive and ticking. When it comes to the Ace of Aces, it's still going. When it comes to the World League Tournament, it's going. We've still got another, I think, 8 weeks before everything's done. I haven't gotten back to my game, which I'm losing. I definitely am losing. I've got more damage than he does. To me, that's losing. I've got more weapons damage than he does. I am losing. When it comes to the standings, we still have Team Frenemies at 16 points, same number of points of last week, but Team Pacific Rim of Fire is up to 12 points now. They came up from 6 points up to 12 points. Now, Team GKT, they're up to 8 points. So, Team Frenemies has to get their butt in gear and actually start playing some more games. Eric Desiley has played most of the games up to this point. Obviously, I've got my game, but I know I still have to get together with some other players. Moving on with 4 or 5 BB tournaments, I have not heard anything from that. I'm assuming it's still going on strong. When it comes to online client stuff this week, sorry, I didn't have a chance to actually work on any fixes, including the damage allocation for the cadet. I really want to get that room as tight as possible, have it so that it is as usable as possible. Obviously, right now it's okay, but it's when it comes to damage allocation, it's not what it should be. It's using the normal damage allocation instead of the cadet version. So that needs to be fixed. And hopefully I'll get that all out the door sometime in the next month. Moving on forward to the Starfleet Warlord. We have, of course, Dio 59 is going well. There's 6 corporations left. Center Game 99 and Dio 66 now are closed to new entrants. They're going strong, but sorry, if you wanted to get in there at the last minute, too late. Sorry. When it comes to the library report for this week, actually I fixed the Klingon D7 somehow. It slipped by. I know what the issue was, which kind of I know what the issue was. Somehow the designations somehow got into the file as commas, and that screws up the file. Instead of slashes, it should have been slashes. And if you've entered it through the actual tool, it should have converted commas into slashes. So I'm not sure. Maybe it was before I fixed that. But anyhow, it's now fixed. It's out there. So, and also I've fixed a minor issue where somehow somebody entered 30 right warp and 30 left warp. Not sure how that happened. Maybe they were thinking this was the next ship. That'd be kind of cool. But nope, it was only supposed to be 15 and 15. Sorry for any of you that had their hopes up about that ship. When it comes to other libraries, both SFB and FedCom, there has been no other progress. So with that, that is the news for this week.